Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Hello my Cangas, привет. Здравствуйте, меня зовут Alex, whatever. Man, I'm so happy to be here again. Well, in this video I will be talking about Russia, Mother Russia. But yeah, I mean, you know when you go to a country and you feel like this great connection to a country? Okay, that didn't happen to me in Russia. The thing is that I had the chance to go to Russia for studying. I did my exchange program, my Erasmus program there, and I had the chance to live there for a long time. So in this period I realized that there are several things that I like and several things that I don't like and I hate about Russia. So in this video I will be telling you my point of view about Russia, but please don't take these videos like something like, let's say, official. I mean, you can go to Russia and live something completely different that I did. So it's just my opinion. It's not that what I will be telling is like this for sure. I mean, I had the chance to live there for a long time, so I made like a strong opinion about what I will be telling you, but it's not that it's like that and there's no chance that you can find something completely different. I live in Moscow. Moscow is like the capital city, but Moscow is huge. It's the biggest country in the planet, so of course people will change, and of course like the society will change from one place to another. So don't take what I'm saying as like the whole thing, and I don't want like misconceptions, because I will be telling you things that I didn't like it, so please don't get offended. Like, just my opinion, you know, bros, you know. By the way, wait until the end, because I will be telling you what happened when I was in Russia with my Russian teacher. I mean, that was crazy. I mean, she was like flirting with me every single day and I didn't know how to avoid it, so I will tell you all the story at the end of the video. So I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it. Here we are, welcome to Mother Russia. Let's start with the good things. Let's start with good vibes and stuff like that. First thing that I love about Russia was the architecture. I love communist architecture. Not that I'm communist, maybe, but like the thing is that when you see all those majestic buildings, you get like, it's like it takes you to that time, like politics, like communist, Cold War, Stalin. So those buildings are incredible. I really like it. And the thing is that when you see the skyline and you see all those buildings, like, I don't know, you feel like you are in the Cold War and the communists and stuff like that. Actually, my university, Moscow State University, which was one of the biggest universities in Russia and the most prestigious one, and I was studying there, you know, like they were built during the Stalin government, and I don't know, I just like found it really beautiful, and I like those wide streets, and I don't know, I just find that it was really nice, and in terms of urbanistic stuff, I like it. So yeah, communist architecture would be the first thing. Another thing that I especially liked in Moscow was the transportation. I'm a person that I really like to move around, to see the nice places, to go to one place, to go to another. And in some cities actually I didn't have the chance to do it, but in Moscow it was super easy, really. I mean, the metro comes and goes like every minute. Every minute there's a new train. So that was really cool, because I hate waiting for the trains, I hate waiting for the metro, I hate waiting for everything. I mean, I'm really impatient in this sense. So it was really cool, because I know, okay, I go to the metro and like exactly in the same minute I get to the metro I will have one train. So that was really cool. I mean, I like the transportation in Moscow, and in other parts of Russia that I've had the chance to visit, they are really nice, and it's really well communicated, the whole cities in general in Russia. So that's a really nice point about the city, and that's one of the things that I always consider when I have to move to another place. So yeah, transportation was another point. Guys, I love eating. I'm all the time eating. I told you in Istanbul that I was in love with kebabs. I told you in Brazil that I love salgadinhos. And in this video, Russia is not another exception. I love Russian food. Russian food is so diverse, but like basically the pastries, like the bakery, are so nice, really. I mean, if you ever go to Russia, go to a bakery, because you will find out like a huge amount of Russian stuff, like really, because I like when I left, I even know what was that. I don't know how to identify or how to call one thing. But I know that if I say that, it's really good. And yeah, I really recommend you to do that. Like they have like elderly people have this tradition to make bakery stuff, and I think that's something really sweet. Actually, it's really beautiful to see. And I would strongly recommend you to go there. But that's not the thing I wanted to talk about. Stolovayas. Stolovayas means in Russia something like dining room or something like this, like the place where you eat. And stolovaya actually means table. I don't know, just correct me Russian people if I'm saying something wrong, okay? It's like it was a long time ago and my Russian is not that good as it used to be. So yeah, I don't remember much. But yeah, it's like the place you go eating. It's like a restaurant that you can find in universities and you can find maybe in the street, but it's not that common. Usually public places, and you have there like a huge amount of food at a low price. But this is like really traditional food. You have like Russians love soup, and there are like super like different kinds of soup. And soup is really good, by the way. Just check it out if you go to Russia. There's like the shorba, which is nice. Shorba, I guess it's called. Yeah, shorba. That's a nice soup. I'm not really into soup. That's why I didn't mention it in this video. But like soup in Russia, if you're a soup person, you will love it. I can swear. So yeah, like you can find like many stuff, like many Russian items, and at a low price. And you can always like all the time going to have lunch and dinner in this stolovaya because like the food was awesome and at a really low price. So if you ever go to Russia for study or for, I don't know, just like tourism purposes or wherever, try to find these stolovayas because I can assure you it's like the best food ever, for real. So yeah. Guys, that's something that it's not that I love it, but I like it. I like it because I think it's really cute what I will be telling you now. The thing is, like in those Slavic countries, Russia, maybe Czech Republic, Belarus, I don't know, those Slavic countries, they have this flower culture. They are used to give flowers to everyone anytime. You have a date on Tinder with someone, bring flowers. You have, I don't know, you are going to have dinner in the place of your friend or something like this, bring flowers. You have, I don't know, whatever you have that it implies some social contact, bring flowers, you will be the best. And that's what people told me. I've never gave flowers to anyone because for me it's really annoying to be like holding the flowers all the time, and for me it's like a punishment. Like imagine like you're meeting someone in the street and like you're meeting, sorry, not in the street, on Tinder for example, you meet someone on Tinder and then you have to give flowers and then she has to hold the flowers during the whole date. Man, that's so annoying. Like man, for me it's a punishment. Don't give me flowers, man. If you ever have a date with me, don't give me flowers, okay? Something that I love about Russia is how cultivated people are, really. You see a museum, you see an opera, and then you see like you go to the metro and you see a lot of artwork there, which is really nice. I really strongly recommend you to go to the metro of Moscow. I don't know about other metros in Russia, but the metros of Moscow are so nice. Like they have a lot of artworks on the walls, and you will like get really surprised for real because they are so beautiful. And that's something I really like because I like to surround myself with people that I can learn from. And in Russia was crazy because everyone knows about history, everyone knows about, I don't know, culture, music, everyone plays an instrument. I mean, I like that. I don't play an instrument, I would love to. I struggle a lot with the flute, so for me, like if someone plays like the piano, guitar or whatever, like any instrument, for me, it's like, okay, I will be impressed. There's something really iconic in the Russian culture, and it's called the babushkas. Babushkas means in Russian like grandmother, and it's like all those Russian grannies that just walk around in the city if they were the best, but like they're like, man, they're so disrespectful, man. I had like really bad episodes with these people, like the Russian grannies, and it's like they are like they just behave as they were the best because they lived the Cold War and they think that they have the right to treat you like a shit. I don't know, just like I know that many people will have Russian grannies and babushkas, but like to me they were like horrible, man. They were like, I remember once I was in the metro or I was in the bus and I was like looking in the window. I don't know, I was just like looking the streets on the window, so I was like listening to music, so I didn't care about what was happening in the bus, so I didn't realize that the bus was getting crowded. And then comes like a babushka and he grabs a piece of paper, like a newspaper, and he was like hitting me with the paper, like, come on, get out of the bus. I mean, it's like, man, I mean, excuse me. I was like really surprised. got like really, I got really altered because I didn't know what was happening, man. Then I realized that the bus was really crowded. I didn't realize of this, and the granny wanted to sit, and she was like hitting me with the paper, and I was like, excuse me, man. But they do that to everyone, and like it's like they're used to treat people like that. I know that like babushkas is something iconic in the country, and maybe like they're really loved. I don't know why they are really loved, but in my case, man, I hate them. I remember like once I was walking in the street and I saw like two guys kissing each other, like they were just like kissing each other in the middle of the street. Okay, cool, no? So I remember like a granny, like a babushka with a piece of like with the rolled newspaper. He took the newspaper and he was like hitting the guys to not kiss in public. I mean, wow, man, how are you like? They were like the guardians of the city. Like, okay, everything has to be traditional, like in the old Russian way. Man, that's something I didn't like it. I mean, I know that they are old people and stuff like that, but man, when I like what happened in this bus, I got really mad at this this woman. It's like, man, you can just tell me this respectfully. I didn't notice that you wanted to sit. Just tell me like, hey, can I sit here? And I will tell you, yeah, of course. But she had me, and I say, okay, you are not gonna sit here. But to be honest and to be fair with these babushkas, I met some that were really cool and I had a lot of fun with them. Here a picture of one of them. She used to clean the place where I was living, like not my place, but the whole building. And she died like maybe a month after meeting her, and she was really cool and she was really sweet, and we used to talk about everything, and she helped me a lot to improve my Russian. So it's not that everyone is like that. That's an example. That's a sample for you to tell you that, okay, I had this bad experience, but it's not everyone like that, okay? So I just wanted to make sure that you know this before going to the next thing, okay? So let's start with the things that I didn't like about living in Russia, and there are things that I hated so much about living in Russia, but let's start. Like this one, I don't know, I mean, I was really hesitating to like tell you or not, because I don't want people to get offended, but it's actually how I live it, so I will go on, okay? Let's say that there's like a huge part of the population that are kind of traditional, and with traditional I mean that, for example, if you're meeting a girl, you're going on a date or something like that, you always have to pay as a man. And I didn't like that, man. It's like, shit, man, I'm just like, I was 19 years old, 20 years old, and I was, I didn't have that much money, so why I have to pay for you? I mean, I didn't like that. I mean, I hate that so much, because I didn't want to pay for the other person. I remember once I was meeting a girl from Tinder, and she was like, at the end of the day, she was expecting, because we went to a restaurant, she was expecting me to pay for her. I was like, man, and I told her, if you expect me to pay for you, you're mistaken as hell, because I'm not gonna pay for you. And then from that time, I used to tell everyone I was meeting, man, I'm not gonna pay for you, so you should know that in before, because it's really awkward when in this moment, like, okay, she's expecting me to pay, but I don't wanna pay. So I mean, I was 19 years old, I was even struggling to pay for myself, that I'm gonna pay to anyone. Like, no, not at all. So yeah, that was one thing, but it's not just the unique one. The thing is that when you see a lot that there's this racism still in the society. Not that everyone is racist, but in the society, in the whole thing, I felt that there's still this thing. I remember once we're on the metro, and it was like really crowded, but really crowded for real, and it was just like 3 seats empty, but everyone was struggling to get a seat. Everyone was like fighting to get a seat, and those 3 seats were empty. I was like wondering why. And then I saw that there was like a girl from Ethiopia, and I know she was from Ethiopia because I talked to her afterwards. I was like wondering, like, why like people don't sit there? It's just because there's a black person there. And actually it was because I talked to the girl. I sat there because I felt bad. It's like, okay, I'm gonna sit in her there for like making her feeling better, because I was crazy. And I was talking to her and I say, okay, hey, how are you? Where are you from? I'm from Spain. Oh, you're from? I'm from Ethiopia. And she told me, okay, yeah, that it's not the first time that happens to me. Like usually if I'm black, people don't want to sit next to me. That's something that happened. I'm not telling you that again, that it's like not everyone, but it's something that I saw like many times. So yeah, that happens. And another thing is like homosexuality. Homosexuality is not really well seen in Russia. Actually, that's true. I mean, it's not like, maybe that's 100%. That is like for sure. Actually, once I met a girl that she was lesbian, and she told me that she had to run away from Moscow to like another place in Europe, because for her it was really difficult to live as a lesbian. And actually, you can check many videos on YouTube, like 2 guys like holding the hand of each other and like, just walking around, and you see the reaction of the people. That's a topic that it's not really accepted in Russia, and I think that it should change actually, because you can see clearly that happens, and everyone is hiding themselves from the others because they don't want to know that they don't want to know the others that they are gay, and that's something that is existing. Like actually in Russia, the normal thing is saying that you hate homosexuals, but that's not like many people told me that. I mean, that's something that happens, and I don't know. In my dates, in my Tinder dates, I used to ask girls like, okay, what do you think about homosexuality? That was like my main question. I was all the time making this question to everyone, all the time, and all of them, like maybe like 90% of them said, oh, I think it's not natural. I think it's just like, I don't know, an illness or a disease or something like this. I mean, what was like crazy? Like, are you telling me this seriously? That's something that happens in Russia, and it's something that I really hated. I mean, I don't like anything which is related to racism or hate to other people. I don't like that. So that's something that I saw like many times in Russia. I hope that anyone feels offended, but that's my experience and how it was. The thing that I didn't like about Russia was the police, man. I know this happens, like the fact that police want money from you as a foreigner, it's something that happens to other countries as well. It's not just Russia. Okay, but I will tell you a story that happened to me when I was in Russia. I was with my friend. We were just like going to the airport because I was flying to Finland and my friend was going back to Spain. A friend of mine that wanted to visit me in Russia, so he spent like a week or two there. So I was going to Finland, and the police stopped the taxi. It wasn't actually a taxi, because in Russia it's really common that you just like stop any car and he will ride you anywhere. But like the thing is that the police stop us in the middle of the night. It was like minus 17 degrees. I will always remember the temperature. And he, like, one of the policemen took my passport and say, oh, it's not right. It's like, what? It's right. Like the consulate just gave me this passport. Of course it's right. It's like, no, it's not right. I was just like, man, I have to take the flight. I will miss the flight because of those. I was like so stressed, and I was in the middle of the night. I was outside the car with just like my t-shirt, because they took me out of the taxi, and I was like with no coat, no nothing. And I was like, please man, I need to take this flight. Can you give me? I was just like 19, 20 years old. I mean, I was a kid. So I don't know. I mean, I got really stressed, and eventually I asked the policeman, what can I do? Like, really, what can I do? I was so desperate. I mean, at the time I was like really nervous, and I had like some anxiety because I didn't know what to do. I've never experienced something like that in my life before, and I was like telling him, okay, what should I do? I mean, the policeman, you see a kid that is like in the middle of the night, it's cold as fuck, he has no jacket, and you're just like getting the passport, man. That was crazy, man. So I mean, I get mad. I'm just getting mad just remembering what happened. But eventually you say, okay, just give me 60 euro. I don't remember how much was that in rubles. Give me 60 euros. I didn't have any cash, so I had to ask my friend, oh, do you have any cash? I need to pay this in order to get the passport back. Okay, that's something I hated. But it's not the first time. I hear a picture of when I was stopping with the Russian police. It's not the time I had to bribe them, but like, yeah, that was something that I didn't like it, and it was like all the time like that. Guys, you remember that I told you that I love the metro of Moscow? I hate it too, because it's so noisy, but it's incredibly noisy. I mean, you are on the metro and you cannot even read, you cannot even watch, like, listen to music, watch the phone properly, because it's so noisy. And like, in addition, people open the window. I don't know why they open the window in the metro. I mean, yeah, because you can open there's actually because the metro there is so old. It's, I don't know, I would invent that if I tell you a date, but it's so really old. It's really old, so you have, I mean, it's like there are windows and there are many stuff. I don't know why, but that's why it's really noisy. That's why it's like incredibly noisy, because it's really old. And people open the window and it's like even more noisy, and it's like, man, I really hated to be inside of the metro for so long, because the noise is really annoying, really. It's like really annoying. Oh my goodness, I couldn't stand it. Another thing that I didn't like about Russia was the students' guest house. I remember I was arriving from Moscow, and I got a taxi to the students' guest house, the place where I was supposed to stay for the whole time. Man, we got there, because I was with another guy from the same university. We got there, I was like crazy, because like it was unbelievable. Are we gonna stay in that place? Like, really? I mean, the room was broken, the walls were like destroyed, the bed was like, the coach was like almost like broken, everything was broken actually. I mean, it was like a really old building, which I don't have any problem about it, but like everything was like broken and or not existing. Like they told us, oh, there's a kitchen there. Like, you know, it wasn't even a kitchen, it was just a microwave, and that's it, and you couldn't even switch it. I mean, it was like crazy. Then they told us, oh, the bathroom is broken, they're under reparations, or they're trying to fix it, so you have to go to another building. So to go to another building, you have to go down, cross the street, and go to another building. In the winter time, time in Moscow. Are we crazy, man? That was like, seriously, were you telling me this? Like, then they told us, oh, be careful because we're painting the walls and the painting is really toxic. So try to open the window when you are sleeping. Again, winter in Russia. How am I supposed to open the window? Like, I mean, and many things like that. I was like, then you couldn't have like a guest in your place, and then if you forgot, like you had like a paper, and if you forget this paper, you're not allowed to enter your place. Many stuff like that. That for real, I mean, it was like crazy. So we had to rent an apartment for like the second day we moved from that place because it was like crazy to live there. And I'm telling you this, and I have been like sleeping in places in Sri Lanka. Yeah, I've been sleeping in India, in places like that as well. But I mean, it's not that I'm really picky and demanding, but the place was like, okay, I mean, I can stay here one night, I can stay here too, but like not more than this place. This is the end of the video. I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. Again, I had a lot of good time in Russia. I mean, don't get me wrong, Russia is a great country and I really enjoy being there and staying all the time there. I was an exchange student, so you're gonna have fun wherever you go if you're an exchange student. So yeah, it's like that. I mean, it's like everything. Like, you always will find countries that you like more than the others, and that's completely normal. In case of Russia, okay, I have other countries that I like more, but it's not that Russia is a bad country. I mean, Russia is a really good country actually, and there's a lot of history, a lot of art there, and like everything that is really worth to see. So I would strongly recommend you to go there, because I mean, and people are nice too. I mean, it's like, it's not that I'm just talking on behalf of everyone. You will have a great time if you go. I can assure you that. I mean, I did. I mean, like the fact that there are things that I didn't like, it doesn't mean that Russia was a shit. I don't go there. That's like, no. I strongly recommend you to go there and check it out by yourself. And if you find it's not what I'm telling you, just let me know, because I would be more than glad to know that countries like the country has not the things that I used to think. So yeah, I want to end this video with a funny story that happened to me when I was in Russia. I will try to end all these videos like from now on with a story time. When I was in Russia, I took some Russian courses because like in my home university I was studying, I studied actually like in total 4 years, but when I went to Russia, I studied for 2 years Russian, so my Russian wasn't that good, but enough to get to understand other people. So I took Russian courses, like I took like middle Russian, intermediate Russian, something like this, and it was like this old woman that was like all the time staring at me, and she was supposed to be my teacher. And like in the beginning I was like, man, I don't know what's going on with this woman. But then I realized like that she added me on Facebook. She sent me a friend request. I was like, I don't know. And she told me that she watched all my pictures. I was like, I don't know. Like in the beginning I was like kind of like, okay, I don't know if to tell that to anyone. But then I say, okay, I'm gonna take this in my favor. So actually I didn't study a shit Russian, because she was like all the time passing my exams like without like even caring, because I was just talking to her nicely, but like not in a sexual way. I mean, I was just like saying, oh hey, how are you, and stuff like that. But she was like talking to me like that. I mean, because she was texting me on Facebook all the time. And at some point I skipped many classes of Russian and many other classes, because when I was in Russia I just wanted to enjoy. So I skipped many classes and many lessons in the university. So she was like texting me all the time, oh, I'm easy and stuff like that. I was like, man, what the fuck is this woman? And I was like, I was just playing around. I was just like making fun of her, just like replying if I care like something, like if I care about her or something. So I was just like making fun of the situation, but she was like all the time texting. And eventually when I was about to go back to Spain, when my exchange was done, she was like, oh, maybe you should go back, you should come to my place to have a dinner. I was like, oh, you know Antonina? Antonina was her name. Like, here's a picture of her. By the way, I don't know if I can show a picture of her, but like I don't think that she's gonna see this video, right? She blocked me eventually, so and she told me, oh, you should come to have a dinner. And so like, oh, Antonina, you know, I'm so busy. I have many things to do. I will tell the other guys if they want to join, the other like pupils, my classmates of the Russian class. I will tell them if they can join and stuff like that. And tell, no, I just want you to come, just you. I was like, man, I don't know. So I finally like eventually told her, okay, Antonina, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry about that. I can understand that you're in love with me. But no, it's not gonna happen, so please. At that time I was just like giving her some marriage tips. It's like, oh, maybe you should spend some time with your husband, maybe you should, then maybe this way you will forget about young people and stuff like that. I was like talking to her this way, and she was my teacher, and I was like, oh, do it for your child, because she had a son. I was like, telling her, oh, just think about your son, come on, you're just like, he's just 5 years old and you will break this marriage, and because of this. I was like, I didn't do anything with her because I wasn't even interested, but I was just like playing around, and at some point I was doing like marriage tips with like her. I don't know, that was really crazy. That was a crazy situation. I was thinking about sending you some of the messages that she sent me to me, and I don't know if that's legal actually, but I don't know, she's in Russia, so I don't know. Like, if you see the messages, maybe it's because I just decided to pause them. If not, it's like, okay, she was just telling me oh, I miss you a lot and I want to be with you and stuff like that, and I was like, man. But it was a funny story. That's why I like traveling, because you get funny stories like that. So yeah, I hope you like the story. Well, this is the end of the video. Oh, no, another thing, by the way, the teacher, by the way, was texting me all the time and saying, and she tried to send me pictures. She was like, oh, do you want to see me like before going to the shower and stuff like that? I was like, no, I'm not interested. But you don't want to see, like, she was like really insisting for her to send me nudes, and I was like, no, please don't send me this shit. So anyway, okay, this is the end of the video. I hope you had a lot of fun, and yeah, see you in another video. Bye.